Episode 3. Hello, Shandaeya.
Hi, Red.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm here.
You're here. We had a time last night,
We
honey.
did. We had so much fun. Yes.
How long did you guys stay out after I left?
Probably like 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd ever seen it that busy. Like, I had never been there. Like, the only time other was when we went and got our little drinky drinks.
Yeah.
Remember that? And it was cute.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because me and Fab, my friend Fabiola, we had just went there like a month ago and it was really busy, but we got those 2 seats at the bar that those 2 ladies were at, like towards the end. And I remember because we were just sitting there and all of a sudden I was like, and she was like, what? Girl, what? And I was like, it's Tyreek Withers. Oh, and then I was like, oh, and Chase Infinity. They were on a little biracial date. It was so cute.
Wait. Tyreek Withers and Chase Infinity?
He's tall as hell.
I believe that. I also thought he was gay, though. Because he said in an
It's
interview that he
giving-
was queer. So maybe he's fruity. He goes both ways.
Biracial, bisexual.
Biracial, bisexual, he sees both sides like Chanel. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Where is Frank? I miss him.
Frank
Forever.
Frank doesn't miss us, honey. Frank doesn't want to see us.
He really doesn't. He said, fuck y'all. I gave
can't-
you enough.
Literally, I can't get over him not even doing the second Coachella performance.
I'm like, honestly though, that's, in my opinion, like, that's what they deserve.
Who is, the fans or Coachella?
Yeah, like the demographic that goes to Coachella,
See?
like that's
Hey,
what they deserve.
wake that up.
Because I'll paint you a very quick little picture.
Please.
It's 2017. My best friend Jasper, he lives in Connecticut. And at that time, I was like working and just in undergrad. So
Okay.
like I was going on trips. And so I just see this like cute little festival in New York, not Governor's Ball or whatever. It was like some random festival, like Governor's Island.
Okay.
Solange, Tyler the Creator, Frank, Tame Impala.
God.
Who else? Vince Staples. Like it was a crazy lineup.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm buying these tickets. We're staying in New York. We're going. Saw Frank Ocean like literally like right after Blonde. It was one of the best nights of my life.
Oh my! And then also, wait, you said 2017.
I think it was
so then
2017
also
or
when I get
2018.
home from Solange.
Oh yeah, no, Solange was.
God.
I was transformed. I will never forget that festival. And I was like that, and I think that was like my last festival, and I think that was like the end of the good festival era. Like
wow.
Pre 2020, like obviously it was the best. But yeah, Frank, he was perfect, and it was also like the production was so incredible.
I'm sure.
But like you could tell that he was like there in that space, like ready to be vulnerable. Like
yeah,
the mic was on, he sounded beautiful, and it was just like perfect. And in my head, I think even then I was like, he's never gonna perform for like this for anyone ever again. Like I know it.
That is amazing.
And
I
he
feel
did
honestly, I'm like, I only became a concert girly like in the last couple years. And even still, I'm like, I can never feel like I can justify the cost. But then for a moment like that, it's like, then you go to the concert and you have these magical moments where you're like, this is never going to happen again.
Yeah.
That makes it worth it. I just wish I really tapped in. I love that you had that experience.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Well, I think that's like the millennial of it all was like, we were mostly broke, but like festivals were festivaling.
Right.
And you could see so many of the artists that you loved currently, and then like also past artists. Like there was like a really beautiful thing happening in the 2010s because it was like I remember I went to a festival once where it was like Stevie Wonder was a headliner and the Yeah Yeahs. What? And then like also all these other incredible people. I remember like the second time I saw Kendrick Lamar was at this like random little festival in New Orleans. Like they had like a little, what are those little tugboats that they have in New Orleans? Like they had one of those fitted out with like a bar, and I was like, this shit's crazy.
Oh
but
my
like
God.
you can just go and see whatever you want at any time, and that did justify the cost, because back then festivals were like the same price as like a concert ticket.
Sure.
So it was all like,
now
it's terrible.
it's what's like I haven't looked at a Coachella ticket since maybe, I don't know, 2 fucking years ago, and even then it was like one weekend is what, it's got to be a couple thousand.
It's so much
Something
money.
ridiculous. Never mind housing, never mind food, if you can get it. Like,
No, it's really bad. I looked at, because I forgot that Lady Gaga was on tour. And sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
is she? I'm dead.
No, because I actually love her bad, but I'm like,
Who are the headliners this year? Is she one of them?
yeah, she's doing 4 days, I think, at the place in Inglewood, what's it called? SoFi.
Okay.
So I looked, because it's like, I think it started like either Thursday or Friday, and I think she's done there maybe like Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like $358 for like the up.
Of course. What is
And
going
I
on
was
with
like,
these
again,
fucking-
like that brings me back to, I'm like, when I would want to go to a festival, even if it was in a city that I didn't live in,
Yeah.
that would be the price for the whole festival, like 3 days.
That's crazy.
And then it was like, yeah, so I can spend my little money on that, and then I can also save it for a flight, and then
Right.
everything could be parsed out in a really
Right.
good way. This shit, I mean, I drive 30 minutes and I'm spending way too much money, and I'm like, that actually doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, and I love, like, of course I want to see Lady Gaga in this lifetime, but I don't want to pay $350 to barely see her.
That's my thing.
And then it's just, yeah, it's
And
terrible.
then I feel like maybe only because I've like actually had an income for, I've only been an adult for not that long. I'm like the little pennies I'm scraping together. I'm not paying to go see a concert. I'm like that. It's like tattoos and concerts are the two things I wish I could do more, but I'm like, that's hundreds of dollars to do either one of those things.
Yeah. I guess you are making me realize right now. Yeah. It's hard to be a Gen Z. Because I was getting tattoos and going to concerts. It all used to be a little cheaper. But like we were also like, we were not making that much money either. But it like, yeah, everything was just like a little bit cheaper. And I'm like, damn. Yeah. Like I was getting tattoos. All my friends were getting tattoos.
Everything is I have one little tattoo on my thigh. You've seen my little washing machine. I have a washing machine on my thigh.
So cute.
Tiny little thin lines.
Yeah.
Okay. I maybe took her 42 minutes to do it. Girl, $300
No.
later. $300 later.
Well, have you seen my tattoo?
What does it look like?
I have a squid and a whale.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Giant
Uh-huh.
squids are my favorite animal.
Okay.
And I love.
Come on, Kraken.
Yep. Yes.
Right.
And I love that in the ocean they're like two of the biggest animals in the ocean,
Yeah.
and they're like prey predator. Like that shit's so fucking cool to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it like outlined for like 100, and then
Okay.
like the color and shading I think was like 200.
But
it's
those are
huge.
big. Those are huge tattoos.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the whole width of my thigh.
Wow.
I would never pay $300 for a tiny. That's
Girl,
crazy.
they got me. And that was on a special. It was my 25th birthday. I said, I'll do it because I want
See,
this
I
tattoo.
thought the little ones were cheap.
So did I, girl. But it was a custom design, blah, blah, blah. Whoop-de-whoop-de.
We're getting scammed. Maybe we need to go back to small towns.
Hey.
Maybe that's where it's
Or
cheap.
just not LA. Not LA, not New York.
Yeah.
But you could be onto something. Why don't I just, drive 3 hours to some small town
Yeah,
in
maybe they'll.
Nevada?
Yeah. Well,
What?
well,
As long as you find a good artist.
Nevada.
What's wrong with Nevada? What's tea?
I don't know. It's just so. Okay, I was actually.
What's tea with Nevada?
Lamont and I were actually just talking the other night. I was high as hell, but I was like, the thing about this country that pisses me off is like the people are like really rancid, but like this country as a whole, it is so fucking beautiful. Except for like 7 states.
Which 7?
Nevada's definitely in there.
Nevada can be beautiful. The canyons? There's canyons. No, okay, wake it up. What are your 7? Now I gotta know them.
But my point was, I was like 7 out of 50. That's still an incredible number. So therefore,
sure.
America is really beautiful. Like
It is.
And then we just started talking about all the different places we've been, and I was like, Tennessee is high key one of the most beautiful states in this country. Tennessee is slept on. She's gorgeous, girl.
You've got they're right on the tail end of the Appalachia. You've got what are they? Black Bear Mountains? What do they call them?
they got Dolly.
Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is making Tennessee beautiful. One of the most beautiful states.
Okay, but her little park is in like a very pretty place. And I'm like, that's kind of the point. Like, she was like, look at this view. But yeah, it has waterfalls.
Yeah.
Just like gorgeous waterfalls, like in the middle of this country.
Yeah.
That are just breathtaking. Like, But yeah, I would say like, okay, so the 7 that are ugly.
Wait, before we get to ugly, because I do want to wake that up. I completely agree with you.
Okay,
the country is a gorgeous country.
Like,
I've now done a cross country drive 3 times.
Oh, okay.
And every single time, I'm like, I enjoy it. I actually just enjoy the drive because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And especially going from east to west, or I mean, it doesn't matter. Going from one side to the other, you can see the landscape change.
It's so crazy.
And every time I go back to the Midwest or like my family did a camping trip in Kentucky. And I was like, what the
No, Kentucky's, it's like rolling, like, a girl is beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. And every time I leave LA, even to go back to the Midwest, I'm like, there's just so much beauty that I didn't appreciate growing up in.
Yeah.
Cause like my one of my narratives out here in LA is like the mountains, the beaches. That never gets old for me. That's my favorite part of living out here is the natural beauty. But then I go back and I'm like, but there's hella natural beauty back home too.
Yeah.
So it is a beautiful country. I completely agree with you. There's just so much to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. And I think I don't always meet a lot of people who've also done like a cross country drive. Cause like obviously we know each other from and I know a lot of people who moved out here, which I didn't know was an option to do because I've never done it. But like a lot of people, when they moved here, they flew.
Oh, and on the move?
Yeah.
Girl,
and I'm like, I've never flown anywhere to move. I've always driven
all
there.
the stuff?
Yeah.
Think about that.
But
oh
like
my God.
people like get people to bring their stuff. And I was like, oh, that's an option.
Girl.
I'm like, you don't just pack your car and get on the road.
literally. Pack the car, hit the road, get your kicks on Route 66.
Like, I did that every time I moved also. So I'm just like, yeah, it's really funny. Every time I'm like, oh, you can fly and move? Okay.
That just seems even more stressful. I'm sorry. Moving is already a bitch. Like, I feel like moving is top 2 worst adult activities.
It's terrible.
It lasts so long, and then to be on an airplane,
without your stuff and being like, hope my stuff's okay,
literally. And then you gotta go in and out the airport, you know, the people that have the carts of suitcases, and oh God, and let the workers fuck up some of my stuff.
No.
Like, just to add insult to injury. I don't know. I mean, I
also feel like you and me, like, we like a car.
Oh yeah. No, I love to. I'm gonna sit in the car.
That was one thing I definitely realized about you. I was like, Red likes a car, and it's like you can just tell the type of person that's like, you can bitch about traffic, you can hate traffic, whatever, but also it's like, but then when that moment's over, you're like, I can listen to a podcast. I can sing a song, and like that's me down, and I feel like I get that about you as well. So
for sure,
I've always loved. Anytime I've moved, like driving across country and just seeing so many beautiful things and then ugly things,
and let's wait. And now it's time. And I think now is a perfect time. So,
okay.
Shandaeya is about to list 7 states that are the ugliest in the country. And if you live there, if you're from there, it's fuck you. Go ahead, Shandaeya. It's on you. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, I said about 7, so yeah, now I got to think of them. Okay. I'll start. I will say Nevada.
Okay.
Driving through it, it's rough.
Okay.
Like that one, I couldn't see the beauty.
Damn.
I just, no.
That's one. Down.
Couldn't do it. Kansas.
Kansas is tough. Kansas is tough. And it takes forever to drive through. You be in Kansas like, I'm still here. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, half of Colorado is actually ugly as hell.
Okay, which side? The Great Plains side or the mountain side?
The Great Plains
Obviously,
side.
yeah.
I think it's like, I'm not anti-flat landscape. Like there just you need to feel the beauty from it.
I completely...
Because I will say Arizona is pretty.
Yes.
But I think Nevada is kind of ugly.
Right.
They're just a little different.
I completely agree. I like Arizona. I mean, in Flagstaff. I mean, you have so much in Arizona.
Yeah.
Isn't the Grand Canyons in Arizona? I mean, Arizona delivers. I also like New Mexico.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time you get to Nevada, it's kind of like crickets.
Yeah. This next one is crazy, but I do really mean it. I think Texas is ugly.
What was that?
In another state that takes too long to drive.
It's so well.
God, Texas is just too big.
But that one, Kansas, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is this Texas? Like, yeah, it takes forever to drive through, and it is not pretty. And I'm not even just talking about like being on the 10. It's like I went to Dallas and I was like, you can't get an idea of what the city looks like because it's so flat. So I can't see anything. And I think, maybe it's just I've lived in California for too long, but
they're gonna eat you up for that one too.
Yeah,
bro.
I know. Oh, I know, but I do mean it.
Yeah. Hey, because there isn't much to see.
Compare Texas to like California, which is actually beautiful.
Oh my God.
Okay, fine. Compare Texas to Tennessee. Like Tennessee is actually beautiful.
Right.
I have been watching the new season of Love Is Blind.
Wake it up. Oh, are you about to say what are you about to say? The new season of Love Is Blind, yes.
Is in Ohio.
And
okay, what I have been telling people is maybe it's the time of year that they're filming there, because what I've been seeing,
you don't like it.
It looks.
We're not. I mean, I can't.
It's not. I was like, ew. It's like overcast, and I'm like, where are the trees? But then it's also like the way that the houses are.
I need to see. Okay, so I'm still on the the getaway. They're in Cabo right now, where I am in Love Is Blind.
Okay.
So I haven't seen and I'm most excited to see where they go in Columbus. They're in Columbus, right? Or do they do Cincinnati too? Because I know one of them is from Cincy.
I think it's just Ohio in general, and so I think they kind of pick people from like the 3 major cities.
Right. I just didn't know where they were like going on dates and stuff.
I think it depends on wherever the person is,
okay.
But they've been in Columbus, they've been in Cincinnati, and I don't think they've been in Cleveland, or I can't remember, because I did have to stop watching one episode, and that's okay.
Okay.
But it just, from what I was like, and they could have done a better job of like trying to show us that it's prettier.
Sure.
I'm assuming it was like November, December when they shot, because it obviously like all the leaves were gone off the trees. And so, they're doing like these drone shots of like Cincinnati and then like Columbus. And I'm like,
oh, that's
a
shame.
Oh, we need some greenery, because it's just, everything was brown.
Was it?
I don't like when everything looks brown. Like even they went over a river.
Why would y'all do that?
They went over a river, and even the river was brown. I was like,
okay, now the rivers be brown. That's an Ohio thing. The rivers be brown. Y'all know it. Those rivers be brown.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing. That is a thing. The rivers be brown. But I feel like Ohio in the summer is really nice. But for me, the Midwest shines in the autumn. Okay. Which is why I'm really upset with Netflix that they didn't show that, because Ohio. I mean, you want to talk about Christian Girl Autumn? Baby, we invented that. Midwesterners invented that.
I believe
and I don't want to hear it from
the New Englanders.
Exactly. Don't want to hear from the New Englanders. Okay, it's pretty up there.
Okay. Well, yeah, you'll have to change my mind, because I did live in Connecticut.
Oh, and I know it's beautiful, but the Christian Girl Autumn aesthetic specifically give you white picket fences and then the leaves, and you're walking with the scarf, and that's Midwest down.
Well, it's funny too, because I feel like I grew up in Florida, very Christian, like whatever. So I tell people this, and I'm like, I never got to trick or treat as a kid because my parents didn't believe in us celebrating Halloween in that way.
Damn.
And so like when I would sneak off and watch like the little Halloween movies, like I feel like I could tell there were like very specific areas of the country. Even as a kid, I could clock. I was like, oh, they're doing Halloween, and it's like, I get it. And like, obviously too, in Florida, you're not getting like real fall.
Right.
I think that's also why I never cared. Like when I tell people I never trick or treated, they get really sad for me. And I'm like, it's really not that deep, girl. Like it's just a day with some candy. But for the girls who grew up with like real fall and like you put the pumpkin, like I get it. And I think the Midwest is one of those places, and then New England for sure. But they also have like all the haunting, like everyone's dead. Like they have so many dead people. There's so many cemeteries in New England. I'm like, these are like the original dead whites are all here, and that's why it's very haunted and scary. And
I mean, original dead whites and the original dead blacks, babe, and the original dead blacks. I mean, you want to talk about Newport, the busiest slave port in the country? Girl, Newport, Rhode Island. You want to talk about haunted?
Well, yeah, they deserve to be haunted.
Yes, mass burial graves. Newport is built on a mass grave of slaves. Yes, girl.
And you know what? And they could be haunted a little more.
A little bit more.
Spirits.
Which is why I'm like, y'all, I don't give a fuck. Soju. Now, this is, for those watching that little shake, this is the second time Soju has done this mid-episode. Can you just sit down, baby?
Soju. He can't.
Here he comes. He just wants to be talked to. Okay, wait. Let's finish this list.
Okay, wait.
So
where
you
was I at?
had Nevada. You had half of Colorado.
Thank God for smart friends.
Texas.
Kansas. I think Nebraska.
Ohio. Oh, Nebraska. Yeah.
Ohio.
Oh, Nebraska, Ohio. That's a shame.
Damn, not Missouri.
Missouri's got a lot going on. Yeah, Missouri's beautiful.
Very weird place, but beautiful. Yeah. Okay, what is that? 5?
That's 6.
That's 6.
I don't know if I can come up with.
Is there? Yeah. Would you have one?
I'm really sitting here thinking like. No,
maybe
honestly.
I've never been to Indiana.
I was actually literally
okay.
about to say Indiana because it's just, there's not too much going on. No shade. There just isn't much happening there, especially when you're next to Ohio, Michigan and Illinois, which I mean, poor Indiana. I don't even know if they actually touch a Great Lake. It's like they're in the Great Lakes region, but they don't even have one. Yeah. Poor things. So. Yeah.
I mean, it's not, those aren't bad. It's not bad numbers. And even with some of those, like half of Colorado, it's like
because the other half is
really
stunning.
Beautiful. But actually, I always thought that Denver, in my head, I always thought that Denver was going to look like what I then found out Salt Lake City actually looks like when I did that drive.
Okay.
Denver is like a lot more flat.
No, Denver is flat. It's like after Denver, you go west of Denver, then the mountains come, which is pretty.
I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
I was fooled.
Me too. And the first time I went, I was like, okay.
Yep, same.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I remember we did the drive at night, and I remember driving like through the mountains, like these beautiful mountains. And then we like got over a crest, and then like there was Salt Lake City, like within the mountains. I was like, oh, bitch. Oh, yeah. This is beautiful. Yeah. That's what I thought Denver was going to be. But Denver was like, we're flat and we're here. Yeah. And I hate it. I was like, oh, I don't like this actually. Like, I need the mountain sensation, and I wasn't getting it.
That's tea. And the beauty of driving west through Colorado from Denver, like when you go through Colorado into Utah, because Utah is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They're weird there too, but see, that's just America.
That's
the
America.
Place is gorgeous. The people we need help. Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time for snack time. What better transition than snack time?
I love food.
We have a very special snack for you today.
I'm scared.
That's gonna transition us into our next topic. Okay. Of course.
I love a segue.
On a silver platter, I made you cookies.
This is so cute.
Can you guess what it means?
Okay.
For those that are watching or just listening, we have these sugar cookies that have an envelope, and there's a T on the envelope.
T-mail. It's giving traders?
No.
It's giving transitional email. What? No.
Last night.
Wait, last night. Okay. Oh God. Last night. T. Damn, I Miss Paris related?
No, find it.
The showcase.
When we got home.
Thai food.
Bitch. Bitch. You're so close. You're so close.
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks. Oh my gosh. Tyra Banks. So I made you Tyra Banks cookies.
Wait, this is so cute.
Yes.
I love that. Wait, I love that.
They're so cute. I don't know if you guys can see. We're going to take a closer picture.
You guys gotta, put in a ding somewhere. Can I have a bite?
Oh, please. Have as many as you like.
Okay.
Are they good? Girl, it's just Pillsbury.
It is good.
Okay.
Thank you. It is so cute. Edit that out. This is so cute.
I'm so glad. Since we're talking about Tyra Banks, obviously behind the scenes, America's Next Top Model, Netflix dropped it all. What are your thoughts? Did you get to finish it?
We watched one episode.
Okay. The first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was definitely too drunk to finish.
Real.
So tired.
Real.
Yeah, you know, it was giving what I thought it was gonna give.
Okay. Which is?
Just kind of some bullshit. Like, I'm waiting for them to get into it, but yeah, like as a millennial with older sisters and, you know, just growing up like with UPN in general, like UPN was like our station, like even more so than BET. Like UPN had girlfriends, UPN had everything. UPN had America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
So I remember watching the first season like with my sisters when I was like really young, and that show just meant a lot to me. I don't know why. It was just so cool to see that.
Totally. I mean, same. I loved me some Top Model. Honey.
I know. It was so good. Like the music was crazy. Like Tyra was so good at branding herself,
yes.
even in like ridiculous ways.
And
Even still. But then it was like quirky and cute. Now it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen her doing like hot ice cream in Australia,
Girl,
but we can say
yes, I've seen it. I've seen the ice cream. Girl, just hang it up. Everything she does at this point, I'm like, just be quiet. Just be quiet.
Be quiet.
I will say what? I will say, of course, I was young when it was airing, but I enjoyed it. Watching it back, especially that first episode, I'm like, I did not understand the scale and the magnitude of the like phenomenon of America's Next Top Model.
When it was crazy.
I don't know if this is in the maybe they said in the first episode, well, you'll get there, where they were talking about they did a casting at Macy's and like 10,000 people showed up. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
The scale of that is insane, but it's like we also don't live in a monoculture like that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know. Could another show do something like that?
Well, I don't
now?
know. The girls really love to go out for those baddie shows, like Baddies Wet. Like they go out.
Do they?
I think that in general, reality TV is so. I think I love like media history.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go off a little bit, but I think
we
like
have a historian in the room.
reality TV is like so like purely American to me in this very beautiful, like insane way that like I don't think that people realize how much people love the idea of them being on TV.
Sure.
And I think obviously a lot of people know, like, I'm not an actor, like, so I'm never gonna be on TV by being an actor. But I think once these executive producers started opening the floodgates for like competition, it's like that in itself too is uniquely American. Like,
sure.
Americans are so fucking competitive, like over nothing. Like a show me and my husband love is like Great British Bake Off, and I think we love it because those Brits are so inherently not competitive.
Oh, they're so chill. They're like, okay, good work. But
like America, they're like, oh, a singing competition? I'm gonna fucking wait. Like American Idol was like, that's how it started. Like American Idol was crazy. Like I think I was like 12 or so when Kelly Clarkson won. Like she was the first American Idol. And like that was also something like me and my sisters, we love to watch because they do like the humiliation ritual for like 6 weeks of watching these auditions. And those producers are so smart to put in these people who can't fucking sing, and we're eating it up. Like, so I think the idea of those early reality competition shows, like, if you weren't there, it's hard to explain how crazy it was, but like we were fed because regular people were able to be on TV in some way, shape, or form. And then there was like the extra promise of money or fame or stardom. And so Top Model, like they came in at like the perfect and right time, even though it ended up being kind of crazy, but like all reality TV shows were from that time were problematic.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
we
and that
can
was,
say that.
And
like
you'll see, especially as you keep going in the doc, that is the narrative. It's like this is a product of the time, which is not false. It's not
false.
Wrong.
Yeah,
but it was making me feel like, and we have to talk again after you've finished. It's just making me feel. Did you watch the Diddy doc?
I can't.
Okay, real. No, real.
I can't watch it like that.
That's very
fuck
real.
R. Kelly, fuck Diddy, all that.
That's so real. That's so real. Well, one thing that was coming up both in that and as you'll hear in the Tyra doc, the Top Model doc, there's so much like, hey, this is just what was happening at the time, you know? What were we gonna do? And it was like the same thing was happening with the people around Diddy. It was like, well, he was just so powerful, and you know, that's just what was going on. And we knew it was wrong, you know, we knew it was wrong, but that's just how things were. And I'm just like, that is such a shit excuse because it's just like, even with Top Model, like Tyra's big thing, as you'll hear. Well, first of all, let me just back up. Baby girl is on her lines, honey. She is reading that script down. And I wanted to do some research to figure out like, where did the doc come from? Who's paying for it, et cetera, et cetera. But I already know that in order to get Tyra to agree, they definitely had to send her the questions ahead of time.
Yeah,
because
she's not stupid.
No, she's not stupid. She has her lines down. Her acting could be improved.
It's like it's the same acting she would give the girls in Top Model.
Exactly. But this character of like, yeah, I am concerned. You know, and that was hard for us. I'm like, girl, how many, you have been sitting in the mirror for weeks leading up to this interview, getting this together. But anyway.
Well, like the really generalized, like judgmental side of me wants to be with Tyra, where it's like, you're clearly an only child as well. And like
tea as fuck.
A grown ass only child, like it's not surprising to me that this is how she's fucking acting. Like,
right.
She's never had enough people to check her in her life. Like she, like even on Top Model, she would always talk about, it was me and my mom. It was me and my mom. It was me and my mom. I'm like, you probably needed like one fucking sibling, bitch, because this is crazy. Like there's no accountability in a way that like if you had like someone like, or maybe she did have a brother. I don't remember, but I'm like, you needed someone to check you at some point. Like
if she has a brother, she has never mentioned him. I don't think we've ever heard.
It's not giving, like she's just never been held accountable, I think, for far too long. And so then she's famous. And then people want to like coddle her and be really sensitive towards her. But like, she also really needed people to tell her, you could be doing better. And I think a lot of it, I'm like, you didn't have enough Black women around you at the time too. Like her community in a very specific way feels like you had all these men around you that weren't going to tell you were really doing wrong because you're also employing them and like your friends. And it's like, where were the Black women around Tyra? Like, that's the thing that I always think about with her. I'm like, you can't just be this entity. Like, even Oprah has fucking Gail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Beyonce has Kelly. Like, even just one. Like, who's Tyra's best friend? Who is Tyra Banks' best friend?
That is a great question.
I don't think I like never heard her talk about who her best friend is.
It's her mom.
Yeah.
That is her bestie boo, is her mom.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think there's also an interesting thing, like, obviously, you know, this is all so parasocial. We don't know what's going on in this woman's mind.
Which I love, though.
No, of course. I mean, we're eating it up. That's the topic of conversation, actually. But there is also the thing of, like, Tyra made a career of rebelling, right? A lot of people are telling her who she has to be, what she has to look like, how she has to walk, et cetera, what it takes to be a model. And, you know, she rebelled against that and found success. And so I also wonder how deep that goes.
Well, yeah, she's like, you could tell she's the type of person that feels like she has propped herself up in a way. And I think that that's the interesting thing about modeling is like, it isn't like, unless you're a twin, it's very individual the way you get into modeling. And so it's interesting, like examining the ego of people like that who get into something that's very solo. Like obviously, like we're filmmakers, that's super collaborative.
Right.
Being like a model or like a solo artist, it's very singular. And it's like, if you become successful, like you could imagine how your head would probably get bloated, especially if you're fighting against things and then you get them and then you're like, wow, look at what I did.
Yeah, literally. Like, even though everyone told me I couldn't do X, Y, and Z. That's so true.
It's
that's
so interesting to me, like, because most models have a lot of ego.
Yeah.
And like, I think Tyra feels like the type of person where you could tell she has an ego, but she tried to always like balance it out and seem like humble. But it's also like, But it's clear you have a lot of
You
ego,
have a
girl.
ton of ego, yes.
And I think that that's why like some people did like people like Janice Dickinson, because Janice didn't act like Tyra.
Right, but Janice, that villain. But that was her role. That was her role on the show, was to be the villain. And I'm like, and
she did it.
And she did that very, very, very well. But Tyra, you know, I'm gonna say it. I know it's on a lot of people's lips. Look, Sagittarianism. I mean, Tyra is a prime example of a Sagittariist. Okay, and that's coming from a Sag. I got nothing but love for my fellow Sages, of course, but I'm never going to not indulge in Sag slander where necessary. You know what I mean? Like, girls, we can go there in ways that we shouldn't. And I just feel like I know I have been in a position where it's like, I'm just going to go off. Fuck it. Like, I know the feeling of just like, it doesn't matter what anybody says. Fuck it. I'm doing it because fuck it. And Tyra built her career on that. Yeah. She built her whole life on just like, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. So I'm going to go off. And like you said, there's just no one around her checking her. Yeah. Especially not when her mother, of course, is like her biggest supporter.
Yeah, that's my baby. That's
my baby. Do your thing. Don't. You've always been such an individual person, and all these things are true. But there's no one checking her, and she is just already innately on some I'ma do me. Yeah, it's a dangerous combo.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because as an Aquarius, I actually love a Sag down. I have way too many Sages in my life, but no such thing as too many. Think I feel like I understand them very well, and I at times do feel like I am a Sagittarius apologist.
Thank you. We need you. We need our allies. You're an ally.
I absolutely. But I don't know. Like, I think, we've kind of summed it up with Tyra. Is like you can feel that, like, a Sagittarius going unchecked. Yeah. And it does take strong people, I feel like, to check y'all. Yeah. Because y'all don't like to listen. But like with love.
This is the Aquarius speaking, by the way. Like, let's not act like we're not talking to an Aquarius, but go on. No, continue.
See how we put it on me somehow? That's crazy.
Wait, I'm just saying.
That's crazy. Yeah. So this is probably what was happening with Tyra. Someone probably tried to say something and she was like, well, what about you?
Okay, bitch. All right. Kettle. I would like to introduce you to Pot. All right. All right.
Because what's so funny is we were talking about Tyra, not each other.
I know. I'm just, that's tea. That's tea. All I'm saying is I'm seeing a glass house and some stones. I don't know.
Yeah, it's giving Sag. I love that segment that the viewers are going to get to see. I'm provoked. I'm just here.
Okay.
I just feel like, I
did kind of take it personally, didn't I?
You did.
You know what I mean? It wasn't about me.
And it's so funny too, because I literally started with, I love y'all.
Yeah.
And then,
I was just banter. It's not that serious. It's not that serious.
I love a good banter moment. Sure, it's not that serious.
It's never that serious. It never has been. You know what? It never was. Yeah. You know what? I'm not even going to finish that quote because that's another Sagittarius who you're done. Yeah. You're done, bitch. No, I'm not quoting you. I'm not listening to your music. You're done. Ugh. You're dust.
But you know what? We still got Britney.
It's Britney, bitch. Queen. We love Britney.
Britney Jean.
Britney's our middle name. Britney Jean. Britney Jean Spears. Wait, she needs to. She is Britney
mama.
Jean.
She is Britney Jean.
She is Britney Jean. Oh, that.
Honestly, her parents ate with that. It's a good middle name.
Britney Jean.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tyra, she has to understand that, like, that she's smart. You know that she understands the magnitude of everything. Yeah. But yeah, I think the only reason she can come at her big age in front of a camera, aside from whatever it is that she got to deal with production about her comfortability level, right? To come and sit, in front of a camera and not take the accountability that she, like, it's clear that she does not have people in her life that have made her realize, like, it's okay to admit that things were wrong and bad. And like, the thing is, I think the internet is doing a really good job of contextualizing this whole thing, which is something that I love. Like, I think people are understanding, like, while we are sitting here, like, really examining the actions of one Black woman, she was also surrounded by plenty of
Yes.
executives that were men.
Yes.
And like they were the ones with the experience. She was not. I think Ken Mock said that.
Yeah.
He was like, Tyra wasn't a producer.
Yeah.
He was big dog.
Yeah.
No one is out here doing exposés on how terrible Ken Mock was.
I know. Okay, and here, I want to respond to what you. One, again, we gotta tap in again once you finished it, because here's what I will say. Not on some apology shit, but part of her script is taking accountability in her narrative throughout the 3 episodes, and so she ends it. Do you mind a spoiler? No. She ends it saying, I'm doing this because I want to own my shit, and I'm doing this so that you all can see, what happens when someone calls you on your shit. You have to own up to it.
Good.
And she's like, and it's gonna happen to you. That's kind of her message, is like, I'm owning my shit, you need to do it too. So she literally is saying like, I'm setting an example of taking accountability, which is just like, again, it's a script. We know it's a script, and that's where she's going. So she does verbalize that she is taking accountability, and for whatever it's worth, not for nothing, she's on it. She's in the doc. She is saying all the things like, this was wrong. But you just get to see as well, like, just the ways that she was literally recreating the very violence that she experienced on these girls. It's like, that's when it's just like, okay, sure, it's a product of its time, but you literally experience the shit that you're doing to these girls.
Yeah.
So don't give me product of time.
It's interesting too, though, because, but I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, like with like her mom and stuff. Like the thing that I always found really interesting about Tyra was how, like, on the show, when a girl would be upset, and how she would come to them and she would like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, do you know you're going to be great?
Yeah.
Do you know that you were beautiful and you were picked out of thousands of girls? Like, she would put on that like weird.
You got the speech, baby. You got it.
I am a child of that era. Like, I've watched that show so much. Like, but like she would put on that baby voice that was like in her way trying to like mother and nurture through it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because she had her mom there when she was in modeling. She maybe she had a woman who talked to her the same way, but like it's that like you're saying things that are fucked up and real, but like you put it in like a nurturing little package, and it's like more digestible. But she's not actually making anything better.
Right.
She's just trying to say it gently, like
and
a
also
mom.
Get them to talk for the narrative of the show.
Yeah. And it's like, it's manipulative.
Absolutely.
But it's clear that she was also manipulated.
Yeah.
So she is just exacting her manipulation tactics onto these girls.
Yeah.
Plus, it's TV.
Right.
So she has to be a little manipulative to keep the show at a certain level, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's definitely her not even realizing that she is a product of the environment that she was in that was toxic, because it got her fame, it got her recognition. It's the thing that I think that I do love about Gen Z is like how you guys examine like celebrity culture at its finest points of like, how the fuck did y'all look at us as millennials like y'all are engaging in this?
Right.
And it's like, well, yes, of course we were. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have anything. And we didn't know what it was like to be a model, like how bad it was for these girls. We had no idea. And I feel like we still don't really know.
Right.
We know the most we've ever known, but that hasn't stopped the fashion industry from being the fashion industry.
Absolutely.
Like, you really didn't know that it was bad. All you see is the end result is beautiful girls, like swimsuit models, like a lavish lifestyle.
Right, what they want us to see. The image, the narrative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really great to examine all of that right now. Like, this is the lens that we're in, and we're doing that. But like, of course, Tyra is going to not be a great empathetic person at that time. Was she doing some crazy shit? For fucking sure.
Yeah,
like,
for surely.
It's crazy that to think about me being in like middle school and watching the episode from the season where she made them like switch ethnicities. Like,
girl, and did it twice. Yes. Insane. The one that I was getting me, and they brought this up in the doc as well, is like there's this one, I can't remember her name, but they're talking about how they're like creating narratives, and they would like put them in situations where it's just like poor girl, I can't remember her name. Loki, I took a note, but her narrative was like, she was a little bit bigger than the rest of the models. Only a little bit. I can't. This is someone
Was
from
it
the later
Takara?
seasons. No. It's. And I'm not
Ashley?
talking about Whitney. I'm not talking about the
not
plus
Whitney.
size model. No, I'm talking about. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm pulling up the notes right now. Her whole thing was, first of all, she said growing up, like she's like, around where I'm from, I was made fun of for being super skinny. Like that's my whole life. And then I come to Top Model and these girls like are skin and bone. And so that was her narrative throughout the show, is that she's like a little bit bigger, and she was not bigger. I'm not even going to sit here and be like, oh, she just had meat on her, but she just wasn't bigger at all. But her narrative was that she was. And so every single judging, they're telling her she's too fat. You have to lose all this weight. And then they did it's the season they went to Africa.
Kenya.
Oh,
Kenya.
I literally.
They went to Africa.
Yeah.
They did the 7 Deadly Sins photo shoot, and they gave her gluttony.
Yeah, they were piling on, and then I think there was like, then they made her like the elephant
Yeah, and they made her
in
the
the next
elephant.
photo shoot.
What are we talking
And they were,
about?
and I think it was like Jill, not Jill Ben Simone. Who was the little one with the glasses and the landing strip hair? He was kind of brown. I remember he said something. He was like, he would help Jay on the photo shoot sometime.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. But he was like the main culprit with Kenya. He was saying crazy shit. Like, I feel like I remember him being like, yeah, she's kind of big, so she should be the elephant. And I was like, bitch, what?
What did you say? That's what, and it's just like, they're traumatizing these girls.
Yeah.
And just like, and it's also, I cannot imagine being in that situation either. Whatever. It's all just so fucked. The whole thing
Yeah.
is just so fucked.
I will say the thing that, like, the nice thing for me too, though, like as a super fan, was like when I was watching last night and like seeing some of the girls come back, and I was like, oh my God, Ebony.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It is nice to see
like,
them come
I was
back.
like, and Ebony looks the fucking, like, she's
They
still
all do.
stunning.
Stunning.
I really love that they brought up like Ebony's original storyline, because I even remember being very young, and again, I grew up really Christian, and like I feel like Ebony was one of the first lesbians I'd ever seen like on TV.
Right.
But what I distinctly remember was the episode where they let her girlfriend come.
Yeah.
And then she did I might cry.
Oh.
And then she did her girlfriend's hair.
Yeah.
On national TV, and it was like these two beautiful Black women like in love. Like I was not raised to hate people as a Christian and not to be homophobic, but obviously it was like,
Yeah.
whatever. But like that to me, like I still remember that.
Yeah,
And I loved
yeah.
seeing that clip, because I was like, there were some of those little moments about Top Model too that were very important and like
Right.
beautiful, and like, yeah, just like remembering seeing her do her hair, and I was like, that's so beautiful. Like they're in love.
Yeah,
Like these two
yeah.
people love each other.
Yeah.
And it never made me think twice about the fact that they were gay or whatever. Like I didn't give a shit. But like,
Yeah. And see, and that's the
beautiful.
thing about Top Model, is like the good intentions, especially at the beginning, were there, right? Tyra's whole thing, we're going to change the modeling industry, change the beauty industry. Like we want to, democratize it, or at least open it up to people that typically didn't have access. And that's beautiful. And then, I mean, they kind of touch on this towards the end of the doc series, but it's just like, in hindsight, it did have a huge impact on beauty standards, on, it just opened it up by seeing normal people, like you were saying, that just there are now more definitions of beauty. And then of course, with internet culture and whatever, social media, now anyone is a model.
Yeah.
There's so much more that you have to do, but it's like,
well, what do you think about, have you heard, Winnie Harlow's take on ANTM?
no.
Because she says the opposite. She was like, she's like one of the most, which is funny because she's like the most successful, in my opinion, from the show, quote unquote. But like, she was very vocal about like, America's Next Top Model didn't do anything for like my career. And I don't really think it does anything for like the modeling industry, like at large, which is like, it's her opinion. It's valid because that's her experience.
Yes.
But it's also hard to take that when it's like, well, would you have been as successful of a model without America's Next Top Model. We don't know.
Yes.
But
yes.
I think someone like Tyra is going to be the type of person who obviously is happily to have someone with vitiligo on her show and be like, you're beautiful, you're this and you're that. At the end of the day, that's teaching other people who might be watching, who might not think
exactly
that person is beautiful, that like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
She is beautiful.
And that for me, okay, yes. Because they, one, with the modeling careers, they talk about this in the doc as well, but it's like, they all talk about how it was stigma to have come from America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Like the agencies didn't want them. They actually viewed them more as a reality star than as a model.
Which is fair.
I think, I can't remember her name, but she was talking, maybe it wasn't, was it Keeney? I don't know. One of them was talking about how like she couldn't even use the photos from Top Model in her portfolio because they were so like just unrealistic and so over the top, and that just wouldn't be the kind of work that she would be doing. And so it's like, yeah, as far as modeling careers, it didn't help. But then, you know, the question is like, is visibility enough? You know, just to be seeing someone with vitiligo or just seeing other people that wouldn't otherwise have access to modeling, fashion, beauty at that time, you know, visibility, it does mean something.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting because this is just making me think about so much, especially like representation in the media period. But it's like now just visibility is not enough, right? And we talked about that. I mean, this is obviously classic case in point is just like Black people on screen is not enough if all the stories are struggle stories, slavery stories, etc. That's been the conversation for years. But also, I feel like at that time, not to, you know, at that time, I just feel like seeing anyone that was different than the very limited images that you would see on magazines and TV did mean something. And does have a lasting impact.
And I think the other side of that coin that obviously someone like Tyra really was not prepared for was like, visibility is important, but then also your treatment of those people who are now visible. You're also teaching people that now. Like, you are now known so well by the gays, the theys, everyone for screaming at another Black woman. Like everyone knows that specific scene, and it's like, what is that teaching people?
Wake that up.
Like that's the part that is kind of heartbreaking, is like the end result of what became of these situations. And it's like, again, like that's some of like Tyra's like weird mothering bullshit, where it's like, she even said it, like, when my mama tells me, when my mama yells, it's because she loves me. And it's like, fuck,
that's a
girl,
shame.
Like,
that's a shame.
It's like, yeah, we
sorry
know,
to hear that, actually.
We know your mom's a boomer, and like, that's how they fucking are. My parents are also boomers, and it is how they are, but like, that doesn't mean that that's the way to do this. Because like, you never fucking yelled at any of the white girls on the show like that. Like,
you didn't yell at anyone else, like, not a single other person.
Like, it's fucking crazy. And it's like, that's, to me, some of that interpersonal stuff, like especially like Black woman to Black woman, like that's where I really feel like she genuinely needs to like apologize, and which has nothing to do with us. Like, if she does that work away from us, one, I think it would be reflected. I think, like we were saying earlier, like it's very clear that it's not reflected in a real genuine way, the accountability. Because I'm like, these are like personal apologies. Like, even if you were not the main culprit, you were the one who meant the most to those girls. Like those producers and those cameramen were always making sure when the girls were waiting in the beginning to, when they're cutting them down from like, you know, 40 to 20 to whatever, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just met Tyra. Like, it's Tyra. Like, she's so beautiful. Like, she meant so much to those girls.
Absolutely.
So like, her responsibility to them, I don't think that she took a lot of accountability for her actual responsibility to them in that level. And it's like, you can't be that hands off. Like, and I think that, again, like with the Gen Z culture, it's really interesting to see how y'all are, because, you know, you guys will call out people like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and Rihanna, the billionaires, the girlies that y'all have propped up, and be like, but you're not speaking up about things. Like, what are your stances on stuff?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because those women do have a responsibility to like the generations of people, like
Absolutely.
young kids to adults that they have made and built their entire careers off of. It was that little microcosm of seeing that started with someone like Tyra. Like, I remember when she had that incident with Tiffany, I was like, this is crazy. Like, why is she yelling at this girl who had auditioned so many times?
Right, literally.
She on camera said like, I came from nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to make something with my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, she was trying to figure that out before the internet in the best way she could. Like, it's for someone like Tiffany, I'm like, damn, I wish that you were just like a little bit younger so that you could have just capitalized on like being an internet star and you never had to deal with people like Tyra and that production team.
For real.
Because they didn't give a shit about her. Like, they didn't care about her. They were just using her story and then used it against her. And that in its own way is like super violent. Like, it's just, I get like really sensitive about stuff like that because I'm like, you like the way that y'all treat the black girls on the show specifically at times is like, it's insane. And I don't like whataboutism. Like, I don't care about the white women and how they feel like they were treated or like in this moment, I really don't give a shit. I'm saying like black women to these black women, to these black girls. Like, that's the part that is like genuinely heartbreaking. Yeah. That I'm just like, I'm really hoping, Tyra, you have taken the time to like apologize to Yaya, who has had a great career as an actor though, which I think is great. I hope you've apologized to Naima. I hope you apologize to what was her name? Kyle. She deserved to. Was it Kyle?
I don't.
The one who won again.
Come on, I'm like, come on, super fan. Come on, super fan.
No, there was Nicole. It was a season with this white girl named Nicole. She won. She did not deserve to win.
I think they even showed that in the doc, being like, because Nigel Barker's like, sometimes you made the wrong choice, and then I think there was like the winner's Nicole, and that was
wild. Wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, apologize to Kenya. Like, apologize to Shandy.
Yeah.
That is a little different. I'm like,
the Shandy thing, and
sexual assault stuff, like
God. And she didn't address it. They addressed it in the doc. Yeah, they asked her. No, she addressed the Shandy thing. There was one that is that the one where she?
I think it was. She didn't. She said, "I need to."
She's like, I don't want to answer that. Yeah. There was a question that she's like, no, let's not talk about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. A lot of it is personal, and it's like and you can tell, or I'm just going to imagine that so many of these people have not talked to Tyra since, and it's like this is all they're going to get from her is just seeing this on Netflix months after the interview was filmed. You know what I mean? It's just like this is just the most indirect and impersonal way to do that. And so I mean,
and it's like I don't understand what it's like to be that sort of like black entity type of person like Tyra. Like my only other favorite reality show that I've watched from the beginning is like RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay. And a lot of people feel similarly about RuPaul as they do Tyra.
Really?
But obviously RuPaul is in like a very current time period. So Ru is like kind of constantly having to play catch up with the things that he needs to be accountable for, at least the bare minimum. But like Ru doesn't feed into things, I think, in a lot of similar ways to Tyra, where it's like he's never gonna use his platform to apologize to like any drag queens. Like in his head, he's creating these opportunities for people, and like that's enough.
Would you say, okay, because I've maybe seen 3 seasons of Drag Race, some early, some recent. Like my first season, I think, what season are we on right now? 18. I think my first season was like 15.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was the first season I ever watched. What? And I watched it like...
Terrible place to start.
Was it? Okay, which one had...
Terrible place to start.
Who won 15?
15 was Sasha Colby.
That was my season. Okay, that's the first. But see, I have no frame of reference. So I was like, I was just really enjoying it. But what I was going to ask you was, in your experience, since you've seen all of it, was Ru ever as violent to the girls as Tyra was to her girls? Because obviously Drag Race comes from the top model legacy, and like the similarities are
Yeah.
so obvious,
Yeah,
and they've been vocal about that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, as far as since my first season was Sasha Colby, I was like, oh, this is just a fun little show, and the fashion is amazing, and these girls are working so hard. And
No, the early seasons were kind of crazy.
Were they?
There was crazy stuff happening for sure.
And was it on Rue's part or was it the girls?
A lot of it, some of it Rue, a lot of it the girls, because drag queens are a different breed than models.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of it was very like, Rue, you could say something. We could do something here. They used to do reunions. They don't do that shit anymore.
They don't. They did one for. Did they just stop? Because they did one for Sasha
Do you
Colby's
watch?
season.
Is that what you think? God, I'm like, someone in the room has to understand what I've seen. Like, they stopped. They stopped doing reunions after a crazy reunion where Rue is yelling at a black queen about shit that's like, here we go.
What's
like,
going on?
It's
What's
crazy.
going on?
But then Rue was like, we're not doing that shit again. Which I think is kind of cunty. Like, he said, y'all aren't gonna catch me slipping again. Actually, fuck y'all.
And hey,
you're not getting it from me.
And look, and he would get canceled in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
If we're already, I'm like, well, I'm not over the fracking. Oop.
Yeah, and that's again,
like
people don't like the fracking. But yeah, I think it's interesting too, like the way that we weigh like women versus men, right? Like, I think RuPaul as a man probably will always get away with a lot more than like Tyra as a woman.
Of course.
Even though it's still very unbalanced despite what people think. So I think for me too, there's still like a level of grace that I would probably give someone like Tyra a bit more, obviously because I am a black woman and I can't really imagine what it's like to be a black woman and hold a position of power that's like never been done before, like all of these things. Like, I think I'm sensitive to that, but it's also like, but then we have the human level where it's like human to human, you can do better.
Exactly.
But again, it's like men aren't given the same level of judgment to do anything human to human. And it's just capitalism. It's just, all the things that we don't have to get into.
Right.
But like, yeah, it's just tough from someone like Tyra. But ultimately, part of me sometimes feels like if she would have just been like, I don't know, just like more bitchy about it.
What do you mean?
I think that feels like maybe more realistic.
Bitchy to who?
Like in the doc,
Yeah.
if she wasn't like, I think when people kind of put on accountability and it doesn't feel genuine, I'm like, I would just rather you just like play the villain and just be like, yeah, it was fucked. I was fucked up, but like, it was what it was. Like sometimes I'm just
that
like,
feels more real to you than because no, it's giving press conference. First of all, everything she's saying is giving. I hear that, but
because I'm like, maybe there has to be some truth to it, because it's like if you're not like genuinely apologetic and empathetic, I think I'm just the type of person, I don't really understand gray areas. Like I'm either really deeply very sorry and I will tell you that, or I just don't give a shit and I'm not talking to you.
But again, as we were just saying, this is just not the right medium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is not the place for it.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's like her appearance in this documentary serves only the goal of just like presenting her official status, right? Like, I am sorry. I'm taking accountability. Or say she did come on and was more bitchy, then it's like, I'm going to be the villain here. It's just like continuing the narrative. So it's like, I'm with you. Of course, I would prefer a little bit more authenticity, but this just wasn't the place for it. There was no way to get authentic about it.
I also
not really.
I feel like it's, and even with that, then I also feel like it's better to just have a documentary where the girls have a space where they can just go off and maybe create community with each other and like
the models, you mean the former?
Yeah. Because it's like, I think even giving Tyra the airspace, like that is what everyone's here for. Is like they want to know what she wants to say, but
of course
that in itself then takes away like. But
of
then
course,
it's like the way they started it is like, we started like this, and she wasn't a producer, and then I have my friend Jay, and it's like, bitch, we already know the backstory.
Yeah,
it's like I actually don't care about you.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I care about these like regular girls who
whose lives were changed.
Lives were changed. They went through a really interesting experience. Like, I want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly from them, really.
Yeah.
Because,
No,
like,
that's so real.
I don't really give a shit about Mr. J and whatever. Like, love Miss J down, though.
Yeah.
But, like, and Nigel Barker. I've always loved Nigel. Uh-oh. I have.
I mean, my thing. Whatever. We're running out of
Don't
time.
have enough time.
We're running out of time. I
He
guess
always felt more empathetic and genuine than Tyra, at least.
Yes, I'll give you that. I just felt like, and especially after hearing why the network brought him in, just to be like the straight, white, attractive man in the room. For me, that's all he read as. Like, when I watched the show, I'm like, you don't really give anything except presence,
Kindness.
Yeah, and I guess kindness, that's not nothing. That's not for nothing.
He was typically the only one who was consistently kind.
Yeah. You're right.
And it was good to have someone like him to see that, like, when Mr. J or Janice, when they would be going off saying crazy shit. Oh, like when they had the Brits, when it was like him and Twiggy.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, there is a way to like talk to people that isn't fucking insane.
Right. Oh, Twiggy.
She was that girl. I loved
Miss Twiggy.
I loved when she was on there.
Me
she
too.
was so great.
Me too.
But yeah, it's like you need to see that, like, it doesn't have to be like this.
Completely cutthroat,
It could
awful all the
be-
time.
yeah.
That's so real. Wow. Well, Tyra, you will and are paying for your crimes, babe. You literally, like, don't even live in the United States anymore.
It's the hot ice cream of it all.
The hot ice cream of it all, which I don't even understand. What do you mean hot ice cream? That's a fucking paradox in the name.
Yeah.
So.
But also, I'm like, I hope the money's okay. Like, just stop trying to make money. Just like go away quietly.
She can't. I don't think she can. I just don't think she can. And
She should.
whatever. I'm glad she's in Australia at the very least. Okay. I like to end the show with positive thoughts, as you know. This week, I'm asking you, what are your favorite quotes to remind you that life is worth living?
Life is worth living. Quotes. That life is worth living.
Quotes, idioms, things you say to yourself. I'll start.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is Maya Angelou quote. She has so many, of course, but she says, do the best you can until you know better. And then when you know better, do better. And that for me is just kind of like, I love that because it's like, it meets you right where you are, we all are going to make mistakes at some point that's just part of life. You are always learning. You're always growing. Your job is just to keep being better. Do the best you can. Show up until you know better. And then when you know better, do better. So I love that one.
I don't think I have any quotes that are coming to the top of my head, but I think when I need a good reminder that life is worth living, I just call my mom.
Aww.
I just call my mom because my mom, she always knows the right thing to say, and she always brings me a lot of peace. And then if I'm like spiraling, I'll be like, just pray for me, girl. She's like, oh, I do, baby. I be praying for you. And I'm like, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, very blessed that I still have her in my life, in this life. And so, yeah, I think when I need that reminder, I just call my mom because I'm like, I need to hear her say anything to me. I don't care. And it just makes me feel better.
Oh,
So,
I love that. Shout out moms.
Miss Gloria.
Shout out Miss Gloria. Shout out Erica if you're listening. And that's our show today. Shandaeya, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
This is so fun. And we will see y'all next week. Bye.
So true.